Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
Hey! Ba-da-dun, ba-da-dun, ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-da, on the frozen tundra. Football, that's right. Playoffs. This is NFL Straya. I'm your very stoked co-host, Jaymz Clements. I'm a guy here in the studio, sweating like a priest near a preschool, but in the AFC title game. Woo! One of our teams has to be successful at all times, apparently. This is how this rolls. Feeling good, feeling great, but the lid is not off yet. The lid is ajar. It is not off. Still got a job to do. Still got a job to do. Got to beat Jarrett Stidham. On the other side of this here screen is a bloke who is currently trying to figure out which offensive coordinators are left, how he can quickly get Brian Daboll into the building. Something's got to break. Something's going to happen his way. It is a bloke. He's a sometimes singer in a band called The Ramshackle Army. He's my mate. He's your mate. It's Gaz. Gaz, what's going on?
I asked Jim. I'm great. But moving on. I asked this before we went to air, and I didn't get a complete answer, and I wasn't happy with the answer. How does it feel to be kissed on the dick? Fucking Broncos take out Bills, which we'll go into in overtime, in the year that was supposed to be Josh Allen's, and 10 minutes? We got the double press conference. Comes back and says, broken ankle. And I think I messaged you at the exact time going, I can't believe you're in a fucking Super Bowl again. Like, literally the hurdle, you've seen the memes of like Patriots fans explaining the pain they went through the rebuild, and it's like that little fucking roller coaster that's like, dude, what the fuck?
We're on to Denver. News. We'll do a bunch of coaching news, obviously. We've got the Super Divisional Round wrap. We've got some quick yeah-nahs, and we've got the title game picks at the end of this one. Should be an awesome one. So let's get into it. Episode 159 of NFL Straya. Let's go! It wasn't my fault. I swear. It's not my fault. It's McDermott's fault, and it's the GM's fault, and my wife's pregnant, and oh, God, am I just not very good? G'day, I'm Josh Allen, and you're listening to NFL Straya. All right, Gaz. Big news. We actually have somehow managed to time taping our show well, for once. Doesn't happen often, but we do have... There were 3 big shakeups in terms of news today. Mm-hmm. I'll just get to it in a second, but what a weekend that was. We had the Super Divisional Round, bookended by 2 insane overtime games with, 2 teams that lost in the Bills and Chicago with very different outlooks now, I think, with Sean McDermott getting the ass by Buffalo after losing on Sunday our time. And then Chicago going all the way with the Rams. And literally the one big question sort of coming out of that is like, should they have gone for 2 and just gone for the 1? Like, that's like the only big question, right? Everyone else is like, still, we could have won that. That was a sick game. Really wish we'd won, but still it's okay. Yeah. Whereas Buffalo, they're just like, what are we doing? We've been historically amazing. The first team to make 6 divisional rounds and not win a Super Bowl, let alone even make a Super Bowl. Jeez. So it's like historical ineptitude in that regard, right? And so they fired Sean McDermott, which of all the times to fire Sean McDermott, I don't think this one was his fault. What are we doing? All the other times he did some dumb stuff. This time it was all because Josh Allen just shit the bed. Yeah. What are we doing? Anyway, so The other big one, obviously, is that Bo Nix is out for the rest of the season for the Denver Broncos, as you alluded to.
Who plays before the end of the game, Jim? Second last play, was it?
Second last play. There's like this weird sort of misinformation that it happened on the kneel down. It's like, no, it happened on the play before that. It was a little bit of a rollout and stuff. And that's the official line. I have a thought about that later on. But we did get this sort of strange, as you said, like the double press conference where he came out and was just like, also, Bo Nix is out with an ankle injury. He's going to get surgery. It's going to happen on this day with this doctor. I was like, how the fuck did you tee that all up so quickly? That seems very sus. Smash cut to everybody going, the Pats, they're already in the soupy.
I fucking loved it. I love the fact I'm like, you know what? I knew as soon as it happened, I'm like, Jim's going to be trying to keep this lid on so hard, and I'm going to have an entire episode of him trying to stay even keeled, and this is going to be the fucking best because he spent 2 of the last 3 years enjoying my fucking pain. So now, woo!
Pain, you want a Super Bowl?
Potential, you know, like the stress, and you enjoyed it way too much. So now
I'm not going to argue.
How the turntables, Jim? How the turntables?
I do revel in your stress. But so Bo Nix out. Jared Stidham might come back to bite the Pats in the ass, which is pretty funny. But so he's the backup. Hasn't played literally in 2 years. Hasn't taken a snap in an NFL game. So still, I don't know. The O-line, we'll talk about all this, but like the O-line of the Pats is still wildly fucking gettable. We saw that with the Texans D that kept them in that game despite CJ Stroud. He was the other intro to this episode where he's going, you get a pick, and you get a pick. Oh, wait, you also get a pick because I threw 4 of them. That sort of vibe. Still, the other big one was, I love a good what is a catch argument.
Oh, my God.
An amazing one this weekend as well. The Bills fans, didn't we even get a tennis player like riding on the camera when she signed her name? She's like, that was a catch. It's like, Jesus, we're going worldwide with Brandon Cooks. This is fantastic. So we can save it to Nars, but I do love a good what is a catch debate. But more importantly, I love a fan base having a conspiracy to latch onto, or at least like a ref fuck up to latch onto. You think about like Vikings, Saints, and stuff like this over the years, and just some really good ones.
Catch. How many times has the Dez catch been referenced this week? Yep.
So you had Brandon Cooks versus Devontae Adams in very similar circumstances versus like even Aaron Rodgers, what was it, last week, being calmed down and stuff. So that's a fun one. But anyway, the coaching carousel, that's the biggest other stuff that's popped off. As mentioned, Sean McDermott out in Buffalo, despite having a crazily excellent record, but
considering what he inherited too, right?
But I think there's I also love a great blind resume where it's like Coach A, Coach B, Coach C. He's got a better record, better defenses, all this sort of stuff than like Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan. It's like incredible when you like line them up like that. But I don't know. It felt like something had to break, and it did.
Yep.
And the weird part is they promoted Brandon Beane, the GM. It feels like looking at this team, coaching wasn't the problem. It definitely felt like personnel was much more of the problem for the Bills this year, right? Like, fuck all wide receivers. All of them ended up getting hurt anyway.
Yeah.
And it never felt like the defense really ever clicked properly. A lot of injuries there too. Are they next to like an electrical substation like the fucking Niners? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just, it felt like
much relied on Josh Allen becoming that Superman. And when he took bit off that little bit more, you could get this, he had crazy stats in terms of how well he'd held onto the ball across, playoffs across multiple seasons, and then just couldn't. Like this year was the one where it was,
just the rubber band snap back. So McDermott's out in Buffalo. Mike Tomlin left Pittsburgh. I think that happened after we did last week's show.
Yeah.
Because we'd been talking about it on that show, and it then I think dropped like the next day. It's like we fucking just nailed the timing every time.
Yeah.
So,
the one that I did call early that I think I posted about on our thing was I was like, we're breaking it first. Kevin Patullo is fired out of Philly, and sure enough, fucking Gonskis.
I'm pretty sure they fired him out of a cannon.
Yeah.
The Eagles, and especially those fans. So, but the Tomlin one's a little bit more interesting. He walked away, wasn't fired. which means they still have his rights, and you'll actually have to trade for Mike Tomlin if you want to hire him as your coach, I think, for at least the next 2 years.
Did come out pretty quickly, though, the stories out of Pittsburgh that if he didn't, it wasn't like, you can't break up with me, I'm breaking up with you kind of vibes, right?
Yeah, I feel like, though, it's easy for them to go, oh, no, we wanted him, it was up to him. It's like, yeah, it's easy for you to say once he's made that decision. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're still going to get something for him, as you said.
And I don't know, it's sort of, with Harbaugh out, Tomlin out, we talked about it all last week.
Mm-hmm.
They should have just swapped.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. But, I mean, Tomlin, it's a really interesting decision. Like, I feel like a lot of the talk is that he's just going to go do TV for a year and be the belle of the ball for next year's coaching cycle. But now with Buffalo opening up and going, wait a minute, I could coach a fucking really good quarterback as opposed to the giant shit sandwich I've had in Pittsburgh for the last since Ben Roethlisberger got his 17th concussion and forgot where the fuck he was at all times. I've not had a QB for like over a fucking decade. I'll have Josh Allen. This is awesome. And then I'll build the defense. And you're like, do that, Mike Tomlin. I don't want him to do that because I don't want him in my division because I think he's a pretty fucking good coach. Like that. So anyway, so they're the fired one. Well, the coaches that have now been added to our list of departees, DJ, Mikey, McD also in Miami, etc. But we also got some hired coaches. We got John Harbaugh going to the Giants.
Yeah, speaking of people you don't want in your division, I was like, oh, come on, man. Don't make the Giants relevant again.
What does he do?
Yeah, I don't know. He has relied on, but look, he's a leader of men, Jim. Look, he has relied heavily on offense, on his coordinators, which, you know what, it works. That's fine. He'll lead that team. I think he'll have a little bit more control over the staffing and decision and players and all that sort of stuff. Which it'll be interesting to see how he works in with the Maras and Showens of the world and how that works out. But
he's reporting directly to ownership as well, right? He's not
that was reportedly the delay, right? It was that agreed on terms except for the reporting mechanism.
I like that.
So, yeah,
love a good reporting line. Anyway, Kevin Stefanski goes to Atlanta. Don't mind that.
Yeah,
like build up that. I think there's a few pieces on that defense that you feel okay about, and if you've got like a half decent coach that I think we saw Stefanski be for years.
He's actually got some weapons on offense, which I'd feel like he kind of
never had. Still might not have a QB though. We just don't know if Penix is any good or if Cousins is alive. Jeff Hafley to Miami. He was the Green Bay defensive coordinator. Yeah. They pick him. It's one of the more hires they probably could have pulled. Don't know if I like it that much. But after DJ, Mikey, McD, you sort of thought they might go in that sort of direction of like a younger DC. And I don't know if you've seen any photos of Jeff Hafley there, Gaz. He is the baldest dude in the world still with hair.
Okay. Yep. All right. No, I can see it. I'll pay it. I know what you're talking about.
Like a little bit terrifying.
Yeah.
Like you just look at his face, and if you were like slowly revealing his face, you would think this dude was bald until you got to the very fucking top of his head. And you're like, oh shit, there's hair there, right? It's amazing. I love a good bald dude with hair. So, because I mean, I'm very clearly on my way to being the bald dude with a big fucking beard at some point in my life. Resigned myself to that fact. She'll be apples. But anyway, and then speaking of which, another bald dude, Robert Saleh. Say Salah. He's going to Tennessee.
I see what you did there.
Which is fine. If I was Sean McDermott, I would have been like, oh, God damn it. I kind of want to go into the shit situation that's like got zero expectations and I can build from the ground up.
You've got a number one overall quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Salah beat him.
Yeah.
Detroit picked up Petzing, the OC for Arizona, and everyone sort of did the, their OC?
Yeah. Well, all players. Yeah, sure.
All right. But yeah, so we've still got Baltimore empty, Vegas empty, Cleveland empty, Arizona, Pittsburgh, and now Buffalo. So Buffalo, clearly the standout situation, I reckon. What was it? Mike McCarthy's rumored for Pittsburgh, which is hilarious. There's like a weird, I don't know which NFL insider posted it, but it was like AI slop of fucking Mike McCarthy in a Pittsburgh bar. And you're like, are we fucking seriously doing this?
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I obviously there's all the rumors that are, as you touched on earlier, about the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. When you've got a bunch of weapons and you kind of instantly going back to the playoffs. I think that's a big difference this year. Is there's a bunch of attractive positions like for playoff teams that have actually been dismissed. So it's not just we've made a Super Bowl, our coordinators are going elsewhere, and then you go, oh fuck, they're going to take a step back. There's actually a number of positions where they're moving into really fortunate situations where they haven't made it to the pinnacle, but you've got a good enough roster that you can just make slight tweaks and improve and get some fresh ideas and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
The two that are like obviously some strong head coaches in Mikey McD and Dable, who've both been rumored to the Eagles. Absolute fucking chaos, Jim. Like, could you imagine Sirianni, Big Dom, Vic Fangio, and one of those two fucking psychos on the side of the Eagles? Like, you think the drama was wild this year? It's got to be fucking off its head. Like, I'm about it. Even if we fucking shit the bed next year, the sideline is going to be absolute chaos.
I feel like Dayball is probably the easier fit there, just physically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he also coached Saquon and Hurts. But the other thing is, Fangio was at Miami under Mikey McD, and he didn't leave on the nicest of terms. So I don't know how they'd go together. But yeah, anyway.
There you go. So that's kind of it. There might be more stuff that sort of rolls off. There will be, obviously, until we do again. But I'm kind of happy at least that we got the Salah news, the Hafley news, and the McDermott news today rather than tomorrow.
Because what is the I think we talked about, I feel like we talked about it last year, but there's the average turnover of head coaches is something around the 9-10 mark,
Yeah, it's it's usually like a quarter of it's like 8.
Yeah. So I felt like we had a run of kind of people that we expected, like as soon as Black Monday happened, and then it kind of stopped, and we're like, oh, maybe it feels like we're a little bit less. We haven't had that run on, and then in the last kind of week, as teams we had a few surprises of playoff teams being now without head coaches. So we're back up. We've regressed to the mean, Jim. We're up at the mean.
Yeah, they're just all getting it in the neck.
That's it.
Right. Let's talk about some of the games from the weekend. Game wraps. Oh, boy. So I've been squidless this weekend. It's been fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Squids up in Ballarat with my folks, hanging out, having a great time. And it just kind of meant I got to hang the fuck out, watch a shit ton of football. It was great, I'll tell you. And the first game didn't disappoint. It was off its head. It was unreal. Buffalo 30, Denver 33. How it got there, no one really knows. It was just a stupid game. And I think, 20-10 at the half, Denver leading. Buffalo fight all the way back, take the lead going to the fourth quarter. And then they have to force overtime with, I don't know, you sort of get to this point of they kick the field goal, we're going to overtime, and then you're like, where's the kick in the dick going to happen for the Bills?
Yeah.
And it was in overtime with the interception from Josh Allen. And it also came, however, about 4 different times when he kept fucking fumbling the ball everywhere, Gaz. It was the one before the half was the real killer because I think, didn't he fumble coming out of the half as well, I think?
Yeah. He'd not turned the ball over in 280 something snaps, and he turned it over twice in 4 plays, I think it was.
Yeah. It's crazy. So, and this is the thing, and we've all seen the sort of analysis now, Josh Allen usually has to be Superman. This time, lift his team up. This time he just needed not to be shit. and he was shit. And it completely sank them. So the fumble before the half where they basically lose points, I think they would have been able to kick a field goal at that point. The fumble after the half, brutal. I think the worst one is like the missed pass to Knox in the end zone that he just fucking grubbed. And you're like, what are you doing? There was a sack fumble, I think, in there as well. And you're like, this is not ideal. And you're certainly not helping your case as I should always be the MVP. I'm the best QB out here. Look at me. I'm the captain now. It was brutal. So fumbled 3 times, lost 2 of them. Yes.
This is what I was like, as it's going into overtime, and I still thought Buffalo was going to come away with it. And I'm like, I can see all the headlines now because they won. So Denver won the turnover battle 5-1. 5-1, and it still went to overtime. Like, how the fuck are you turning over the ball? But that shows the defense of Buffalo actually, like, even though they left 33 points, like, they still held up all right. When you're always on a short field, or your opposition offense is always on a short field because of these fucking turnovers. You're like, oh, how the fuck, right? But then I never thought that they were going to lose. Like, it didn't make sense that they went for that long play in my mind. Like, why they actually went for that long pass to Cooks and having it a jump ball the way that it did happen. But yeah, I mean, you touched on that play. It was fucking hectic at the time. It was an amazing way to steal the ball out of Cook's hands. But I also do get what Sean McDermott was bitching about, that they didn't review the play.
So that's probably my biggest thing with it all, right? Like that we review every fucking split second of a bunch of other fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And for this huge play, we don't have one ref like under a fucking hood checking shit on the old dog and bone in New York. Like, none of this is happening. They're just like, oh, yeah, he came up with that. Yeah. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
It may or may not have changed the ruling, but like,
yeah,
still got to give it the time of day, right? They review every scoring play. Like, how are you not instantly reviewing every turnover?
In overtime, every turnover, like, how are we not doing this? It's fucking absurd, I thought. Like, because, like, even, I think, as I was watching it, I'm like, I reckon he got down. Oh, no. And then you're like watching it, and I'm like, I think he might not have. I think that might be an interception. But as I said earlier, like, the coolest thing about being a Bills fan right now is that you've got the freeze frames. I love a good freeze frame. Where
no context freeze frame. You don't understand what happened before or after. You've just got one shot.
He's got a knee on the ground and like he's being hit by the defender. But obviously the entire thing is like, oh, but football move. It's like, but he's down. Like, what are we doing here? So it's chaos. Interception happens. Denver then managed to drive it and kick the field goal. And a couple of like hairy moments in there, like on that drive. And then, of course, Bo Nix gets hurt on that second last one. And you're like, Jesus Christ. So Denver, I think probably Buffalo deserved to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
They were the better team. And I think that's probably going to be the toughest part, the 6 in the craw for Bills fans, that they should have won and they didn't.
This is Josh Allen's year. There's all the storylines, nothing in his way. The defense did their job in this instance, blah, 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 blah. And now, like, if your guys do come out and kick the shit out of them, they like, it's just going to make Bills fans even saltier.
I think like it was pretty crazy. Like, watch it. It was then Bo Nix is like suddenly hitting like Cortland Sutton for huge passes left, right, and center. Like late in the game, in like, if Buffalo fucking blow this, if they've come back, we're going overtime. Oh my God, what are they doing? And then they fucking still blow it. It is just one in a long line of kicks in the dick for this Bills team.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It sucks for Bills fans. Because like, I'd rather the Bills have won and that we get to have a fucking crack at beating the Bills and go, fuck you, Josh Allen, one more time and beat them to make a soupy, rather than, because I'd rather, like, one of the AFC East. I just don't want fucking Denver to get through. Like, I don't want to lose to Denver now. right?
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I'd be happier losing to fucking Buffalo, which sucks. Division opponent, but fuck Denver.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a crazy game. Awesome one. The second one on Sunday was a fucking laugh.
Of course. Hang on. I did send you that message, the post from Nick Foles.
Oh, yes.
It was to all the Denver fans saying, I understand your pain. My heart goes out to Bo. But if it does help, this Patriots team are known to struggle against backup quarterbacks in championship caliber games. I sent it to you and you're like, yeah, I got to pay that. And it was gold. I liked it.
But my response, as always, is always,
fuck Nick Foles.
Fuck Nick Foles.
But you were right. Like, so we spoke about it, we messaged about it, but like, firstly, there was the broadcast, and then I listened to some of the podcasts over the last 2 days, and they're all gushing about what Peyton thinks of Stidham. Oh, Stidham's, he's ready for this game. And there was a game 3 years ago where like he played for the Raiders and Sean Payton fell in love with him and got him over to New Orleans and he's ready for the big time. Don't get me wrong, he's never become a starting quarterback since, but he hasn't played for 2 years. And what, he's going to be the second quarterback ever to start a championship game without playing any regular season snaps. And the only other one was Roger Staubach for the fucking Cowboys. Many fucking years ago. All right. So there you go.
You also did mention the broadcast, and it was a really weird one as well. I'm going to talk about this again later in Old Mate No Mates, but it was a fucking mess. Like Nance and Romo were just horrible. There was like at points you didn't know what fucking down it was. It was just a fucking shit show. So I don't know what's going on there. The second game of the day, Niners 6, Seattle 41. This was a laugher from quite literally the get-go, from the kickoff, because they returned it for a touchdown and never looked back.
It was fucking great. I was at the Catfish. I went with Emmett Shaden, big Seahawks fan. He wanted to go out and he wanted to smash a cheesesteak in his face and watch the game. So we went down and watched that. And I was like, look, I said a couple of weeks ago when you played them that their defense is dog shit and your offense is way stronger and your defense will keep that offense. And I think I saw them last week against the Eagles and they were not good. And Niners fans have been a bit chirpy last week after beating us. But I'm like, you know what? We held McCaffrey and since then they've lost Kittle. And I think you'll take advantage of that. They just couldn't do anything. The Niners absolutely could not do anything.
It's almost like they literally didn't do anything. They turned it over and down straight away after that.
Yep.
And then field goal. So you've blinked and it's like 10-0. Then they fucking fumble after that. And then there's the other touchdown. It's the first quarter. It's 17-0. You're like, back her up, boys. We're done. Yeah. I was watching this on my phone at pub cricket.
Yeah, right.
I'm just sitting there going, fuck, I don't have to worry about this now. This is great. So then went on and wicket kept in the fucking heat and everything hurts now. But my triumphant return was pretty triumphant. So
yeah. I mean, when you put up 41 points in a playoff game and your team has 106 net passing yards.
Amazing.
I think it's just a drubbing from.
Well, that was it. They just ran it down their dicks, and that's
one of the things you didn't touch base on in the injury. Charbonnet's out for the rest of the year.
Oh yeah, Charbonnet did his knee.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I don't know. Did it do it? Yeah. They just said, he's getting knee surgery. I'm like, did he do an ACL? I think he did.
Yeah, he went off in the game. It was it looked non-contact. It didn't look great. He rolled off. Feels like it was end of the first half. I can't remember when exactly, but yeah, not great.
So but they've still got Kenny Walker, but not having that sort of double-headed monster is a bit of a rough one. But it was just kind of terrifying watching this team just fucking dismantle the Niners. But it also felt like, the Niners just got to that breaking point of like, we've just got no dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that bridge too far. DeMarcus Lawrence is playing fucking awesome but how was that thing? Like last year, he's gone, look, I'm just going to leave the Cowboys because I'm not going to win a ring here. And all Cowboys fans gave him stick about it. And then sure enough, he's going into a championship game as the favorite and against a pretty non-convincing Rams team. So he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself.
pretty good. The Monday games. New England, 28. Houston, 16. This was
fucking horrible, Jim. I'll jump in there. This was fucking shit.
It looked so cold, and it was a really fucking scrappy game. The Texans, I was shit scared most of this game because we could not fucking stop that Texans defense. And I'm like, Drake May's going to get hurt. This is all fucked. Will Anderson's just going to pancake my boy. This is horrible. But flip side, their O-line was shit as well, and that meant we could fucking pressure CJ Stroud. And there's a man who does not like any sort of pressure, gosh.
No.
Wow, was he bad. So to the point where they're now, everyone's like, what are you going to do about CJ Stroud? And Houston's like, fuck, we don't know. So they've got extension talks in the offseason. I don't think that's going to go great for CJ Stroud now, but 4 interceptions. The best one was obviously the pick 6, where he just shit himself and just threw the ball up in the air. And that was the sort of moment I'm like, we need basically a couple of these little moments every game for the Pats. Usually it's a special teams or a defensive thing that just happens, right? It'll be a Marcus Jones return, kickoff return, touchdown, or something like that, or a punt return, or a pick 6, and they sort of tend to just get one of these a game that helps them just maybe steady the ship, and that's exactly what this one was this week, because by the time it got to the booty catch, which was just off its fucking head, that was the sort of moment where you're like, I think we're going to be okay because I don't know if they're going to score enough to beat us at this point. And but that defense was fucking horrifying because it was just so quick. I think the amount of hits that May was copping was fucking brutal. He had, was it 2 fucking strip fumble things, just passing fumbles, right? Hit from behind. And it was just unfucking stoppable. He had 1 interception, which was, I think, at the end of the half, the Hail Mary, which was a bomb. Amazing throw, but landed in the arms of a Texan. But the other one was the 4 fumbles for him that he lost 2. And you're like, right, this is why we're not winning while CJ, convincingly yet, because CJ Stroud's fucking giving us the ball every 2 minutes. But because we were able to mitigate that with a pick 6, which they didn't really get, it made a big fucking difference. I think there was a pick 6 and then he threw another interception straight after it. You're like, what the fuck is going on? To the point where at the halftime show, people are like, should they put in Davis Mills?
Yeah. And
I'm like, please don't put in Davis Mills because I like having CJ Stroud in there.
It was really weird. Don't get me wrong, they got you guys got good news before the game with Gonzalez making it out of concussion, and they lost Nico Collins. And then during the game, I think it was in the first half, literally the only security blanket he had left was Dalton Schultz, and he went out. So he had no one, even when he was passed. But that said, I watched the first, within the first drive, they showed a slow motion of the balls coming out wobbly, fucking throwing behind players, just off time, and you're like, yeah, this is not going to go great. And it was just constant turnovers. I'm sure that you were stressing your ass off, but I just couldn't believe that they were able to keep it close when Stroud was literally handing the ball back to you guys every fucking minute, right?
So they took the lead at 10-7, and I'm like, fuck. When they scored that touchdown, you're like, this could be a fucking problem. The Kirk touchdown, it was a really good sort of drive. They were very settled. We then punt, and I'm like, fuck. After that, guys, interception, punt, touchdown, Texans interception, punt for us, punt for them, interception for us. You're like, that's the end of the half, but we're up 21-10. And you're like, thank fuck for that, because
wild.
Yeah, pick 6 in there, the touchdown for us. The one to put us up 21-10 was the Diggs touchdown, which is a beautiful pass and a beautiful catch. But the best one for me was obviously the booty catch, which was off its fucking head. So this was the one that put us up, I think, 28-16. Because they'd sort of driven, kicked a couple of field goals in between interceptions and shit. And basically we got to the point where it's May hasn't really done a giant amount of stuff in the second half at all. And he just fucking uncorked it. Booty, one-handed, underneath him. Huge moment. Unreal shit. And would probably go down as like the biggest and most amazing throw of the weekend, except for Caleb Williams is on fourth in the Bears game. So that was awesome. So they end up, after that, it goes punt, 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 turnover on downs, game over.
All the vibes that got out of the game by that point. Yep.
Exactly. It was such a fucking, there's your dagger, fuck off. So, but as I said to you, like, if you listen to Troy Aikman, though, the Pats have got no chance next week against Jarrett Stidham, who is the world's greatest quarterback that we just don't know about. So, fucking pumping him up. And then the massive one, 20-17, the Rams outlast the poor Bears. 20-17 in overtime. What a strange fucking game this was.
Fuck.
Absolute chaos.
Yep.
It was colder and fuck, to the point where when they rattled off the amount of cold weather gear that the Rams brought with them, I'm like, I don't think they can win if they're that afraid of the cold.
That was, they did it, and they told us in terms of weight.
Yep.
And they made very sure to mention that the Rams players put cayenne pepper in their socks.
They were really bang on about that storyline, weren't they? It's like they've got cayenne pepper in their socks. It's like,
and was it Devontae Adams who had a special jersey with warmers built into the front of the jersey?
So Adams had the hand warmers in the front. Stafford was wearing a scuba suit under his actual jersey. Yep. And you're like, all right,
it's fucking cold.
Fucking cold.
Meanwhile, Ben Johnson is just busting around in a baseball cap. Like, McVay's got fucking wrapped up to shit, and like,
he looks so cold. He's like second coldest. I've got another cold guy later on that I'm going to mention, but McVay looked like he wanted to be anywhere else but there. He looked like the coldest man on the planet. It was a strange game, right? Like, as the Rams kind of controlled it, then the Bears kind of came flying back. Was it 10? It was 10-10, I think.
It was 10 all, like, into the last quarter. Like, it was 10-10 for a lot of game, right?
Back and forth. And then, like, it felt like there would be a tipping point for the Bears. Maybe, but the 3 interceptions overall for Caleb, it sort of just kept the Rams alive. And then by the time they sort of woke up, like, I think, what was it? Stafford fumbled twice, but I think they jumped back on it each time as well.
Yeah.
It was like this real sort of lucky kind of bounces here and there as well. And it sort of gets down to, like, when they get this insane Caleb play where he's run behind on the 4th down, end of the fucking thing. I've literally yelped and jumped off my couch, like yelped, like not even gasped, but yelped. And then you're like, how did that fucking happen? An insane throw, an insane
How was
catch.
Clements standing by himself? Like, did he push off that? Yeah, was he standing effectively by himself in the fucking end zone? Right.
It was wild. And then the thing is, like, was it the possession before for them when they just couldn't punch it in? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like right there at 3rd and goal, and like they've tried to punch it in. And so when they don't go for 2 after that touchdown, I was kind of okay with it. And I think that's what Ben Johnson said after. He's like, look, the short yardage, we weren't fucking any good. I'm also going to, like, just give it to Kyle Mononga and just let him truck motherfuckers. Just one more time. Because Swift was the one who tried to hurdle a dude on the far right-hand side and just got fucking, like, seemingly head-butted in the goalies.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw a replay of that, but the dude, he's like, oh, he's going to try to jump me. I'm not going to get Saquon, and just fucking launched himself headfirst into his nutsack. And it looked violent.
Yeah.
Just, I hope DeAndre Swift's got, like, some saved away or, like, kids already or something. Because looked brutal.
Yeah.
But yeah, they turned it over on downs on that possession, down 17-10, and that's obviously in Ben Johnson's brain. When they score that, they kick the point after to go to overtime. I don't know, it's always a weird one for me. I think if you know that you're struggling in short yardage, go to overtime, see how you go.
And to be fair, it fucking paid off. They stopped them. Yeah. They just on offense couldn't do anything.
3 and out, and then their fucking offense it turns into the interception from Caleb at the end, and because DJ Moore cuts off his run, just doesn't fucking try, and bang, off they go. They drive back the other way, field goal. And I kind of did think at the end, I'm just like, if he misses this field goal, is this going to be the most Bears win in the history of the fucking world?
Yeah.
This insane pass.
What was it? Thicker the kicker?
Thicker kicker,
yeah. Couple of things from this, and this is obviously we've spoken about it, and it's his second season, so But Caleb is just a fucking epic head scratcher, right? There was plays there where it was a clean route. He's in the pocket. He's like planted. He's balanced, and he sails over the receiver's head by 5 yards. Then there's these fucking insane on the run, backward, like going against the flow, running off to his left as a right hand, like it just, and you hit someone in stride, and you're like, how the fuck can you do that, but not the other one? And then he'll throw that commit pass or something down the sidelines to Loveland like he did last week, and fucking
or the DJ Moore one that he had earlier in the season. It's just
absolutely crazy. But yes, I mean, look, in this sort of weather, like Loveland went off, like he was banged up, so that obviously didn't help.
Yep.
And yeah, it was just, as you said, look, amazing year for like particularly some of the guys that they picked up on defense that did really well towards the end of it, like getting CJ, GJ, Kevin Byard, who'd float around a few teams before that. Montez Sweat played really well. Luther Burden played really well. Like all these guys, you're like, all right, you know what? Like you said last week, if you guys lost this week, you could just walk away and go, you know what? We won a playoff. This was effectively a rebuild, new coaching, all bright lights ahead of us, like happy days. So the fact that they brought it that close and the Rams just didn't really impress. That fucking the Adams catch down the sideline, like right at the end when he's like falling out, and you're like, how the fuck did you get hands on that? That was fucking amazing. And
that was like on a third down as well, wasn't it? It was like basically saved the game for them. So it's the Rams are it's kind of weird. So with the Pats taking up a bit of the look at their schedule, look who they've played. Now no Bo Nix. The Rams have sort of gotten away, I think, a little bit the last few weeks. Like they've barely scratched by Carolina.
Well, they lost to Carolina and then barely scraped by them.
And then barely scraped by a Bears team as well. It's like they're not looking wildly convincing at all. So
their defense is, I mean, don't get me wrong, this was very low scoring. That's got to also go towards Ben Johnson's decision, right? Not only if they not go for two, but you're like, you know what? We've kept this offense to fucking 17 points in 4 quarters. Like, I'm going to have some, not all or nothing on this play.
It's weird though, because like now with the new overtime rules where you both get the ball, everyone is like, oh, well, we want to know what we have to do, so we'll kick off. I think in a situation like that, they got the 3 and out, so it worked. But there's like maybe for Buffalo, shit like that. I feel like you want to keep the other team's defense just on the field, wear them down a little bit more. Just it's sort of the strange situation where it's like, it's nice knowing what you have to do, but also if you can just fuck up their defense for like one more drive, keep them out there, especially if you've been driving in the last 5 minutes of that game, like in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Like situational, I wonder like if it's always going to be the right decision to sort of kick off.
Yeah.
Anyway, fun, crazy game.
Yeah. Did you see the banter about the handshake between McVay and Ben Johnson? So it was very like respectful and like even all that sort of stuff. And apparently, the conversation is that the Ben Johnson handshake with LaFleur and then going in the fuck the Packers kind of thing last week didn't go down too well around NFL coaching circles, particularly around McVay, who he's got Mike LaFleur on his staff and his mates with LaFleur, Matt LaFleur. So yeah, apparently that didn't go down too well. So Johnson knew that there was a little bit of humbleness in there, and
that's right. Yeah, if you lose, it's a bit. Yeah, just shake hands.
But look, the scenes at the end of it where like the Bears fans like applauded and cheered the team off. You know, it's got to be a whip. You know, he did that at home and fucking.
Let's start there with the nahs then. Like, are the Bears coming out of this season feeling all right? Yeah, nah.
Fuck yeah. I mean, that's the most definitive we've had all season. Like, fucking how could you not, right?
Yeah.
Last year, they spent a couple of years trying to recruit weapons. They got their overall draft pick. Last year was just, coaching was just fucking not there. And then you fucking get something with creative vibes that is willing to play to the skill set of what you've got. You hit in the draft with a rookie running back. You've got some pieces on defense. So yeah, fuck yeah. You're in a tough division, so don't get me wrong. Like it's never going to be handed to you, but yeah, fuck yeah. You got to be walking out with positive vibes.
I think there's a really cool part in there as well. Not only did they hit on a rookie running back, they hit on a rookie running back, rookie tight end, and a rookie wide receiver.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And that's all now cost controlled for a bunch of years, so you can sort of keep building around that before you have to pay those dudes.
Yeah.
The coolest part, I think, if you're a Bears fan, is like our team is fun and psycho.
Yeah.
Like this rocks. Like, we've got a fucking good coach. We've got a fun, crazy fucking QB. This rocks. I liking being a Bears fan again would be a massive win for most fucking Bears fans, I think.
So fucking long, man.
Speaking of which, anyway, hey, does the Eagles' loss last week even look worse now after the Niners got absolutely curb stomped by the Seahawks? Yeah, nah.
No. I mean, I've come around all week going, I was just glad I had this conversation at the Catfish. I was very glad for our season to be over because I said halfway through the season, our offense is dog shit. We're predictable. I just want this over because it's not fun to watch. Right? I love watching our defense. Vic Fangio had those boys just fucking going off their heads, but we needed the changes. And the fact that we were shown up and then they got their asses kicked. There's obviously a little bit of a rivalry with the Niners fans over the last few years, but it was the change that needed to happen. So I'm all right with it. I'm fine. And I get to have the most... We said it. We're not going to do the live stream in the Super Bowl. We're just going to go turn up, do our little bit of an episode and relax. And in all likelihood, I'll be ripping piss out of you about how stressed you are. And I'm going to have the best Super Bowl in the fucking ages. Well, actually, no. Last year was the best Super Bowl in ages.
Yeah, you had a great time last year because it was fucking in the bag by halftime.
What I remember, yeah.
I'm trying to explain somebody to this. Yeah, last year we had so at the Super Bowl party, it was the same day as the NBL awards. They were that night as well.
That's right. Yeah.
So I was just annoyed as out of the fucking world that I had to stay vaguely okay to get to the NBL awards, a fucking black tie event, hang out, be fucking, essentially working.
Yeah.
And the peanut butter whiskey man walking
Screwball.
around.
It's back this year, Jim. The Screwball will be a sponsor of the Catfish Super Bowl party again. So my intent to go home in some sort of a reasonable state may be gone.
This could be very messy in 3 weeks' time. So
yeah.
Anyway, the other should McDermott have gotten the chop? Yeah, nah.
It's been it's actually been a topic for the last 2 to 3 years. Like, when do you pull it, right? They're hardly trading away the players. So is that sense of a change in message, a change in vibe, an offensive guy? They can't stick in another defensive minded head coach. You've got to think, right? You can't. What's the point? The defense wasn't the problem. So what's the point in getting rid of McDermott? You need an entire different mentality behind the team. If you're going to change it properly. So they've got to go after a creative offensive mind, you got to think, right?
So
Dayball coming back, who was apparently the Josh Allen whisperer, is that the move?
So 8 playoffs, 6 straight divisional spots without making a soupy. Yeah, it sucks. I just don't know if it's his fault.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can just run it back. That's kind of the thing. They've been so good, so successful for so long. And he'd been instrumental in all this. It just feels a bit,
So, all right, adding a spice to that, was it okay to keep him around when the division felt a little bit like a lay down misère, and now you guys are on the up and up, and now it's fuck, we can't stay with this middle ground and just hope to get a couple of runs at the end. Yeah. We need to actually go and fight for this every year now.
Yeah. I think change happens when you're forced to make it. I don't know, what you should be doing is not being forced to make it and sort of trying to be ahead of it, and I guess they kind of are, so I'll pay it. I think so. Good bloke of the week. Who are we buying a beer? I'll buy McDermott a beer, actually. I think he's a really, 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 really good coach. And I still, like, if you're a younger team sort of trying to do the rebuild and I'd fucking be throwing the bag at him. Yeah. I don't know if he's a fit for the Raiders.
Don't ask him to, considering, I think they ran the tush push like 4 times, 5 times the other day, and he's one of the guys behind trying to ban it. Like, not really sure that passes the pub test, but sure, no worries.
Crumb, a big guy touchdown, even though it was for the Texans. I think it was still awesome, and I'm like, love a good big guy touchdown. That was very fun. Booty. So, Keishon Booty had also written a big thing in the Players Tribune about like gambling and all this sort of stuff. It's a fucking great read. Really interesting stuff. For him to like catch that, it looked awesome. It was an amazing catch. What a fucking story. Buy him a beer. Caleb Williams, I'll buy him a beer.
Yeah.
He might, like, as a dude, like getting all those Bears fans on side, like, you got to buy him a beer for this effort in 2 years, right? Like, holy shit, that's awesome. You got all these fucking giant Polsky fucking bratwurst eating Chicago Bears fans, like with painted fingernails. Like, I love it. That's awesome. Yeah. Be the change you want to see in the world, Gaz. My favorite, though, that I definitely need to buy a beer for is the Hawaiian dude at the Bears game. So he, not Sean McVay, was the coldest man on the planet. There's a photo of him, and he's just like, I traveled from Waikiki to see the Bears. And he looks like the coldest bloke in the history of the world. So we'll maybe not buy him a beer. We'll buy him a hot toddy or something. Just warm him up a little bit. Fucking Jesus. That was a bit of a rough one. And, the thicker kicker, Mevis, he did a great job at the end of that one, especially because the thicker kicker for Indiana in the college game shanked one, pretty important one late, but they still managed to hold on to win. And he's like, he's a bigger fella as well, but not quite as big as the old Mevis. So that was good. And as I said, kind of thought he might miss that right at the end. It was a chip shot right in front, but he got it. Anyway, have you got anyone else you want to buy a beer?
You got to add Bo Nix to that, right? You got to add Bo Nix after that entire season, getting him through. The game is fucking done, and you're out. Particularly, like, you got to feel for the guy. There's no victory from here, right? It's if they beat you guys next week, it's Carson Wentz all over again. If they get the shit kicked out of him, like, the whole fan base is going to go, what if we never make it back? What if that was our one chance? Yeah. So, and he's just going to be thinking about what if.
Yep. I'll pay that.
Yep.
Flog of the week, old mate, no mates. It's also Sean McDermott because he went like 106 and 58 and got fired.
Yeah.
Holy shit. But as I said, like, no one's ever had that amount of success and not made a soupy, let alone not won a soupy. So you get that on the big jobs. Josh Allen, obviously old mate, no mates. This is a little bit more of an interesting one because I think it was weird. So having that sort of weird Jacksonville reporter lady come out and like say very nice things to Liam Cohen after they lost. It's like, hold your head up high, young man. We appreciate what you've done with this team, what you've done for this, blah, blah, blah. It was like this 14-second interaction that just sent off everybody into fucking spasms of idiocy versus the fucking circle jerk of Josh Allen in the media. Oh, just imagine being poor Josh Allen. It's like, he's the reason they lost. Like, it fucking sucked to be him because it was his fault. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And so this weird coddling of Josh Allen, like, fucking settle down, mates. Like, you've just fucking taken this poor lady to task about like saying nice things to Liam Cohen, and then all you're doing is like gargling the nuts of Josh Allen. It's just settle the fuck down. So yeah, but I'll make no mates in my book because he gets treated very, 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 very kid glovely most of the time. Now he's copping it. You kind of get it. That's what happens.
Oh, it's always that thing. Like, and don't get me wrong, every fan base has got their own versions of these fucking memes. But you've seen a lot of it from, say, Cowboys fans and Eagles fans about how their quarterbacks get shunned if they lose. But if you look at this goes to the Sean McDermott firing. Like if you look at where Josh Allen has got with the ranking of his defense, like basically top 10 defenses every fucking year, and not able to get over that hump, but still looked at as like the perennial MVP conversation. When we spent half our life talking about the Josh Allen roller coaster, right?
I love it. One of my favorite ones that I saw the other day was how could Sean McDermott do this? And it's just a list of all the Buffalo draft picks over the last like 5 years.
Yeah.
It's so fucking brutal. Oh man. DJ Moore's obviously copying it with a bit of the old mate no mates for not running on that route. Basically sort of half giving up.
We didn't touch on this, but there's like if the Rams had fucking lost, right? That's the second time in 2 weeks that a defensive back has intercepted Caleb on a 4th down and cost his team 25 yards. Like Packers did it last week. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? So all of a sudden the Rams are starting at like the 4-yard line when they should have been starting way back. Who teaches these fucking dudes? Why are we more logical than them, Jim? Anyway,
the secondary coaches need a little bit of a fucking whip around the ears, you reckon?
It's just fucking ego. So some dickhead's playing for his incentives. Yeah.
You're fucking up field position. CJ Stroud's obviously old mate, no mates after that. Yeah. It was a horror show of a game for him. When, people are talking about putting in Davis Mills for you at halftime, that's old mate, no mates.
Yeah.
But my favorite is probably Tony Romo. They did so Nance and Romo do that first game, the Buffalo Denver game. Felt like they were watching a different game at times. Like it was, I think at one point Romo called Josh Allen Mahomes.
Yeah, I missed the first half of this game because I was at the gym trying to not be a fat, unhealthy 46-year-old. And I was like, I'm just kind of checking the scores in the first half, going, I'm on the halftime old kid. And you were like, I just got a text message from you in between sets of like, did he just call Josh Allen Mahomes?
There's like all these moments where it's like they're calling like run plays, like you got to run. It's like, no, that's what? Are you off your fucking head? And he just kept saying dumb shit. It was really and like wrong shit. Yeah. And at one point they're like not looking at like replays for this crazy fucking down. He didn't know what down it was. He didn't know what was going on. I'm like, what is this? Feels like I had been drinking. And I'm like, it's too early for me to be drinking yet. I'll be drinking in about 2 hours. But not yet. It's like 9:30 in the morning. Like, fucking what is happening? It was chaos. He was shit house. And it's like this point where people have pointed out time and time again, Romo was so good for those first couple of years because he'd played against all these teams, played against all these defenses, all these coaches, all the other players. And now he's got to the point where he actually has to do the work, and it's clearly not doing as much of the work.
Yeah.
And so it's turning into a lot of, here we go, Jim. Jim, here we go, Jim. And Nance was all over the fucking shop as well. I don't know. Maybe someone had maybe they'd been on the tins before the game or some shit. It was just fucking weird. But
maybe the heater in the media box was leaking. It was gas and insulation.
Carbon dioxide poisoning. Yeah. Outback takeout. It's Tuesday at Outback. You know what that means? That's right. It's hump day tomorrow. We go out in the Outback, take down a couple of those feral camels, whip off the hump, chuck it in the oven. Boom. Bit of mince, a few chickpeas, bit of coriander, a few other spices. Just a bit of a mixed bag anyway. It's mixed bag hump day, only at Outback. And today's Flame Grilled take is Bo Nix didn't get hurt on the field. He was jumping around and celebrating, twisted his ankle and broke it in the locker room, only at Outback. Prove me wrong.
Well, after that kneel down, he does he is limping with what looks like a bended leg. So, I mean, that was, when you look at that replay, it's like, oh, this is, he had broken it by this point. You're like, oh, that doesn't look like, that's not supposed to arch that way.
He didn't say anything about it, and he sort of
walked
walked
off on his own steam. Yeah. Adrenaline's a hell of a drug.
They're like, oh, he's sort of like, he's limping a little bit, and like, it was a Tracy Wolfson or somebody on the sideline asked him about his knee. But yeah, smash cut to, he's got a fucked ankle, and off he goes.
Done.
So anyway, prove me wrong, folks. Prove me wrong. Little Aussie battler of the week. Who are the Aussies left? Well, we've still got Jeremy Crawshaw and Mick Dixon. So it's good. We lose Tory Taylor and Mitch Wish, however. So they go out. But you get that on the big jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, let's do it. Week 3 playoff preview. I think you may have gone 4 for 4 last week, Gaz. I think I went 3 or 4.
There you go.
Check that because, so it means I think I'm back to a 6-pick lead over you so far. So there we go. Yeah, there we go. So I think if I have those correct, we both missed out on Buffalo. We both hit on Seattle, both hit on New England, and you had Chicago, and I kept it with the Rams. But the Bears covered. So
there you go.
So 144 plays 138 with 3 games remaining.
Oof.
Right, but you can find all of our picks, or at least 3 of them, because I forgot to put them up early last week. But anyway, it was just, we got that one wrong, so whatever. Yeah. You can find them all at Dabble. Hit the link in our show description or our social bios. Takes you right there. You can find all of our picks under NFL Straya at Dabble. Sign up, help keep the pirate ship afloat. Go nuts. All right. Playoffs week 3. New England at Denver. The Denver Broncos are 5.5-point favorites.
Sorry, what?
God damn it. Underdogs. I'm so angry that they're 5.5-point underdogs as well. All of this makes me angry. I'm taking the Pats. Fuck it. We're riding the Drake May train till the very end. The defense still scares me. I said it fucking months and months ago. The Texans were terrifying. That defense was terrifying. It took a CJ Stroud meltdown game for us to get by them. As I said, I think heading into these playoffs, to go through like Denver for all of these games, for Denver to have a home field advantage is massive, but they do have a backup QB.
Who hasn't played a meaningful snap in 2 years, Jim?
Stuff. Is their defense good enough to keep us in check? Probably, because our O-line is pretty fucking shit, but I think our defense has gotten so much better that it's really fucking hard to run on this Pats team now. Milton Williams is back. They did a really good job against the Texans, Woody Marks. They did a really good job last week against the Chargers as well. So I think the Pats can just do this and get through. I think that's the first time I've said that out loud.
It is. And to be fair, look, your two-headed running game is clicking kind of now. Wasn't huge last week.
I didn't really hit on that in the game wrap, but when they sort of were trying to salt the game away, right?
Yeah.
They just sort of went, fuck it. This is where we're just going to run the ball down your dick and check this out. So they gave the ball to Henderson. They gave it to Ramondre. They used Ramondre a little bit more in the passing game as well, just sort of on the flat, bang, off he'd go up the sideline. And like that's how they sort of kept the chains moving. It was really important. And sort of as it gets colder and further into the game, that worked really, really well. So if they can sort of keep up that mix of run, pass, don't let Drake May have to fucking sit back too long and get fucking strip sacked or fucking pass fumbled again. That'd be nice. But I think they can do that. So Denver's still fucking scary, even with Stidham as your QB. I think the Pats can do it though.
Yeah, look, I agree. I think you've got it's very, very, very hard to I think the other weird thing is the Broncos are reportedly going to activate Dobbins window. So J.K. Dobbins is going to come back, which means Stidham may not actually pass the ball, Jim. It may just be a very, very heavy dose of run game.
I'm fine with that because I think the defense has just been really good against the run all year. When Milton Williams played, they've been fucking great. So
sick. I liked him as an Eagle. Yeah.
So, I'm all right with that. Oh, fuck off though. I'd might like. Yeah, it sucks when you're expected to win. I hate it. Fucking hate it. That is a 7 a.m. start on Monday as well. That one. So rough timing. That's Australia Day too, on the 26th. So.
Yeah, I'll be in Brisbane, Jim.
I'll be down the beach. So
yeah.
Should be good. 10:30 a.m. that same day, you have the Rams at Seahawks. And the Seahawks at 2.5-point favorites. This is a really, really fucking interesting one. I feel like the Seahawks at home are deserved favorites.
Mm.
I might take the Rams.
Okay.
They've not been that convincing. But you think about Seattle, that offense. If the Rams can make Darnold panic just a little bit, I reckon this could get pretty fucking squirrely. Also, I'll take the +2.5 because, like, I could easily see Seattle just fucking scraping by with like a 2-point win, and I still get this cover. So it's a really tricky one, but a very fun one. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, gives the case for Seattle.
Yeah, look, Seattle, they just seem like the more complete team. Top to bottom. Like, I trust their defense more. They've been fucking aggressive. They're more consistent. Rams have still, to this point, got problems on special teams, right? As they have all fucking year. And Seattle's offense, like you've got like Jared Verse and Lake and all those sort of guys who've played well at times, but you can put points up on this Rams team as the Panthers have shown. I just feel that, Seattle's been clicking. Darnold hasn't seen those ghosts of last year. He's threatened to a couple of times, but Kenny Walker's on fire. JSN, and then you've got, don't forget, we haven't mentioned last time he was in a game like this, Cooper Kupp was in the other uniform, right?
That's right. Cooper Kupp against his old team. I think Seattle can win this, and I think I prefer them as a team so far this year. Like, I think they've impressed me from fucking day go. Like, I was really on JSN for like fantasy and Supercoach and stuff because I'm just like target monster. He's going to go off. Doesn't have any competition now. He's been unreal. Darnold's been really good, but I feel like if this Rams defense can just do fucking anything. The thing is, I guess it's outside. I'm just checking the weather there for next week, which is a bit, it's a week away. Could be a bit cold, but I think it'll be all right. I don't know if that's in. I don't feel like that's Fahrenheit or Celsius, so got to be Celsius. I reckon it's picked up where I am. Anyway, I think the Rams might be able to pull this off.
Okay.
I think. At least the cover. And hopefully
I'll try and drag it under a 6-pack, mate.
Maybe. So it'll be interesting to see, like, because with the Pats, if they win, it's a repeat of 2 different Super Bowls. We've beaten both the Seahawks and the Rams in a Soupy. Just saying.
There you go.
Not bad. Good size. We'll do a quick video later this week. So if my pick for the Rams change or if Gaz's pick for the Seahawks changes or Pats or whatever, we will let you know. But otherwise, that's it for the Super Divisional Round Wrap Show. What a fucking world. I can't believe the Pats are in the AFC title game, favored on the road in Denver.
We didn't touch on the fact that this is now, is it 15 years since a AFC championship game has not included either the Pats or the Chiefs? 15 fucking years. Yeah,
it's pretty crazy. Also, the Pats, I think, have never won a playoff game in Denver.
There you go.
I don't fucking like this setup at all. Hey, but you know what I do like? Us
Super
having
Bowls and drinking.
We're going to be partying hard at the Catfish in Fitzroy in Melbourne for the Super Bowl, the annual Super Bowl party that we hang out at, host, chat around, do some shit. So come along. It's going to be awesome. What time are doors?
8:30.
8:30.
Gaz will be there setting up. Probably have his first screwball at 8. I don't feel like I'm working this year, Jim. Like we'll be down there. We'll have a bit of our show, and then we'll sit back and enjoy the game and smack cheesesteaks into our face. There's going to be cheesesteak specials, as mentioned. There's like $10 screwball shots and fucking Boilermakers, and apparently there's other sponsors coming on board. As always, no bookings, so just fucking get in, get your spot. You can sit downstairs on a table around some of the TVs down there, or come up to the big screen, the couches with all the seats with your mates, Jimmy and Gaz.
It's going to be awesome. So Super Bowl, it is Monday, February
9th.
9. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait.
Yep. Awesome.
Catfish, Fitzroy. See you there. But in the meantime, make sure you follow us on Facey, Twitter, IG, TikTok, and YouTube. All the good stuff goes up there. What do we do? Power rankings of the playoff teams. I don't know if I need to do another one this week, but we'll give it a crack. Rate, review, star, subscribe across all your podcast apps, whichever one you use, your podcast streaming platform of choice. Rate, review, star, subscribe, or we will fight you. Big thanks. Always go to House Hats for the intro and outro song.
Guys. Yep.
That's the one. Not from Oslo. They do the NBA Straya one. Anyway, they're awesome. Go listen to them. Get around. Jim does Supercoach, doing NBA Supercoach now because we finished 26th overall for NFL Supercoach. Now it's just NBA. NBA Supercoach is very fun. Chaotic. So we do a very short Monday show every week because that's about the window you've got before it fucking starts again. And NBA Straya, we are back 3 times a week at the moment. Next week, I think, or the week after, we'll be back 5 days with like the little bits and bobs. So stuff. Gaz, you got any other things you want to plug?
No, I'm just looking. I'm just counting down the days to Super Bowl, mate. I'm in Brizzy next week. I'm going to go do some stuff. Got to have a long weekend away, Jim. It's going to be great.
Sounds lovely.
Go check out some bars and stuff. Yeah.
That sounds awesome. All right, we'll catch you in a bit, you dickheads.
See yous.
Later, Hosen. Go Pats!